Hey guys, and welcome to Instagram Authority. This is a free e-course presented by yours truly, Alex Tooby. I assume that since you found this course, you have probably been on my website or found me on social media somewhere, but in any case, if you haven't or you're looking for me on a particular platform, you can just search Insta with Alex and you should be able to find me there. So again, thank you so much for being here, for enrolling in this course, and I really hope you enjoy the content and that you learn something new. Okay, so let's get started. Welcome to lesson 1. Today we're going to talk all about creating a strong foundation for your Instagram account, making sure that your first impression is on point and that your Instagram bio is designed to perfection. You cannot build a solid business on a weak foundation, okay? This should be a really obvious statement, but a lot of people miss the fact that there are things that you need to implement before you can reach those major goals like selling lots of product and building your email list and getting sponsorships from big brands and things like that. You know, those things are certainly possible with Instagram, but if you skip the foundational steps and the foundational concepts that it takes to build a successful Instagram account, then you're going to struggle in the long run. So that's 100% why I put this course together and exactly what you're going to learn over the next week. So the first thing we need to talk about is your Instagram bio. So as you can see on the left here, this is my current Instagram bio. I'm going to break down all the parts of it and everything that you need to know and implement in order to make the best first impression when someone lands on your feed, okay? When someone lands on your feed, you have a very short amount of time to kind of convince them to follow you or to explain to them what you're all about and why they might be interested in that, okay? So the very first part of this is your headline. So as you can see on the left here, the headline is that first bold line that appears in your bio. So when you sign up for Instagram, this normally is pre-filled with just your first and last name, which is great. However, the important part about the headline is that it is searchable within Instagram. So if someone goes into Instagram and they type in Instagram tips, my account is going to show up even though it's not part of my username, okay? So the headline is the place where you need to be using strong keywords that relate to your account or the content that you plan on sharing, okay? So if you are a fitness coach, you don't want to just write Alex Tooby. You want to make sure that you have fitness or nutrition or something that your target market might be searching on Instagram. So really take a minute to think about this. Think about your potential audience and what kind of search terms they might use on Instagram. And then once you figure those out, add them to your headline. Now keep in mind there is a limit to the amount of characters, so make sure you keep it concise but using strong keywords. So again, for me, I wanted to include my name because I know that at this point in my business, people are searching for me by name. And I also wanted to include Instagram tips because that's obviously what I offer and something that my potential audience or target market would be searching on Instagram, okay? So the next thing is the actual meat of your bio, okay? This is where we explain what you're all about, what you can offer, what people can expect from you on Instagram, contact details like your email, that kind of stuff. So in here, it's really important that you're clear, concise, and descriptive, okay? If someone comes to your account and they read this, they should immediately know what you're all about and what they can expect to see from your account. If they don't, then your bio probably isn't descriptive enough. So for me, I make a very strong statement that I help you reach your ideal audience on Instagram. I say that I'm the founder of Men and Coffee to infuse a little social proof into there. This is one of my largest Instagram accounts, and if someone were to check that out, that would help them trust that I know what I'm doing. I also include my email just in case someone wants to contact me or maybe work together on a collaboration or a sponsored post. And then the last line is my call to action. Okay, this is an extremely important part of your Instagram bio. Since you only get one link on Instagram, you need to make sure that you have a space saved in your bio to talk about that link, okay? So as users of the internet, we are exposed to links all day long. Every website that you open has a ton of links for you to click, and Instagram, while you only get one, is no different. I still want you to click that link in my bio, but if you see links all day long, you're kind of accustomed to just scrolling right past them. So it's really important that you have a strong call to action that tells your audience why they should click that link, okay? So for me, I've said free course, Facebook group, blog posts, and more, and use a down pointing arrow to insinuate that if you were to click that link, you would have access to all of these things, okay? And when you do click that link, it takes you to a page on my website where you can access all of those things. Okay, so you want to be really strategic about this. You know, you can say, click the link to get 10% off, or click this link to learn how to lose weight in 10 days. Whatever it is that you're linking to, make it really obvious and focus on the benefit of that in your call to action, okay? And then lastly, we need to talk about the URL itself, okay? So you want to make sure that your URL is legible and trackable. So first, let's talk about legible. As you can see, mine is alextooby.com/insta-resources. So when you see that, you know right away, okay, Alex is taking me to her site and I might see some Insta resources. Perfect. If you create a page on your website, by default, sometimes it might be alextooby.com/1234569, whatever, and be a really kind of jumbled URL. You don't want that at all. You want to make sure that your audience knows where they're going and that they can feel confident in clicking your link. So also, if you're using a link shortener like bit.ly, it will give you a link that is the same thing. It'll be bit.ly/a bunch of random numbers and letters. And some people don't like clicking on links like that because it's just not obvious where you're going. It looks a little spammy. So make sure whatever you're linking to is nice and short and clear and doesn't contain a whole bunch of random letters or numbers, okay? And then the next part of this section is to make it trackable, okay? So as I already mentioned, link shorteners like bit.ly, they allow you to track the amount of clicks that you get on your link. This is really important because if you don't know if your link is getting clicked or not, then you can't gauge whether or not it's successful or your call to action is working, etc. Okay, it's really important to be able to track all kinds of metrics when it comes to your marketing so that you can improve on them. So, like I said, bit.ly is one that you can use. If you have a WordPress site, there's a plugin called Pretty Links, which is great for tracking. Also, if you upgrade to a business profile on Instagram, you will get analytics on how many times your link has been clicked within a week. However, using tracking resources outside of that is better in the long term because you will get, from the start date to present date analytics, whereas the Instagram analytics are just weekly. So these are the main points of your Instagram bio, and definitely something that you should take time on today to implement, because this is your first impression. This is what tells people what you're all about and why they should be following you, and makes a really big impact in your actual follower count. Okay, so super, super important. Alright, so I quickly want to show you how to edit your profile if you're not certain. So all you need to do is navigate to your profile, which you do by selecting your profile picture in the bottom right hand corner. From there, you're going to go to the Edit Profile button, and in here is where you can edit all the different elements that we just talked about in this lesson. So where it says name, that is actually your headline. So remember, this is where you need to put those really strong keywords that your target market might be searching, okay? The next line is your username. So this is your actual Instagram handle. Don't change that unless that's what you mean to do. Otherwise, just leave it as is. The next line is your website. So this is where you're going to link to. So I didn't go into this too in depth in today's lesson since I wanted it to be primarily about your bio and your first impression, but you want to link to something that's going to be of value to your audience, okay? Instead of linking to the homepage of your website, link directly to a blog post or to an opt-in where someone can give their email in exchange for something, okay? So make sure that where you're linking is going to be beneficial to your audience. And then right below that is your actual bio. So this is where you put in all those details about you, your business, the content that people can expect from you, your contact information, and of course, your call to action. Okay, so if you just tap into there, it'll open up another screen where you can go ahead and edit this. So as you can see here, I've put in some effort into formatting my bio. So I've put all new information on a new line so that it's really easy to read. When you land on my bio, it looks nice and clean, and each line actually has an emoji to help kind of make it a little more visually pleasing and give it some structure. So depending on what your account is about, choose the emojis that are right for you. If you don't feel like they represent your brand at all, then you don't have to use them. It's just a good way to give structure to your bio and little pops of color. The one thing that you for sure should have, even if you don't want to include emojis in the rest of your bio, is a down pointing arrow to tell people that they need to click that link, or to give their eye a visual cue to go straight to your link, okay? So that's simply how you edit your bio. From here, you would just say done. Everything should update on this page. And then if you scroll down, the rest of this information is actually just if you have a business profile. So this gives you a chance to connect to your Facebook page. It gives you a chance to choose a category for your business and add some contact options. Okay, so if you have a business profile, go ahead and look through that stuff. If you don't, then don't worry about it. If we scroll back up to the top, you also have the option to change your profile photo. So this is a really important image. Even though it shows up quite small on your Instagram bio, it is really important to have an image that represents your brand. So if you are someone who is representing yourself, such as I'm representing Alex Tooby, it's really important for me to have a picture of my face so that my audience can connect with who I am and have a visual cue of what I actually look like and the face behind the brand. If, say, you are selling a physical product, or you have a store, or you're some kind of brand that doesn't actually have a face to the brand, then you might want to use your recognizable logo or some image that really represents your brand as a whole. Okay, so you can change that there, and then once you're done, you just press done, and now everyone can see your beautiful new bio and your amazing first impression on Instagram. So today's homework is for you to complete the lesson 1 workbook, as you can see on the left here. You will find a link to this in the email that I sent you today, as well as on the page underneath this video. And the second thing that I want you to do is visit the lesson 1 discussion thread in the Instagram Marketing Mastermind Facebook group, which I hope that you have requested to join at this point. Again, the link to that is in the email that I sent to you today, as well as underneath this video. So thanks so much for watching today. Tomorrow we will be back and we will be discussing content. So get started on your homework. I'll see you in the Instagram Marketing Mastermind, and we'll talk again tomorrow.